and I'm here today to do the New York Times By the Book tag. So this is a tag that was created by Marie Berg, and I will leave a link down to her video below if you want to go check that out. I really liked this tag. I've seen a few people do it now, and I just really liked the questions. I thought they were really good and thought-provoking, so I wanted to go ahead and do it as well. Question number 1 is, what is currently on your nightstand? I have 2 books on my nightstand right now. The first one is Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. This is a book that I am reading for review. I got it from the publisher, and I'm almost halfway through, almost there. It took me a while to really get into the story, but now I'm in it, and now I'm like not wanting to put it down. So yeah, this one. The second book on my shelf is also Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. This is one I had to put down because I needed to get this review book done first. So I'm still 83 pages in, but I'm still like so super excited to get back to this because I really want to dive back in. Question number 2 is, what is the last truly great book that you read? And I'm going to say Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. This book hit me in all the right places. It really did. It was very emotional. I was surprised by the way that the author handled this topic, and I think she captured it in a good way, but it just surprised me. It took a turn that I did not think it was going to take. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm so excited for the movie to come out this summer. Question number 3 is, if you could meet any author, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you want to know? So I'm going to pick one for both. So for dead, I think I would want to meet Shakespeare. I would want to see what his sense of humor is like, because a lot of his plays have a really good sense of humor, so I wanted to see if like he was kind of that way in real life. And alive, I would love to meet Sarah J. Maas. I've seen a lot of interviews with her. I've seen a lot of video vlog type things at a lot of her signings, and she just seems like the cool chick, like a really cool down-to-earth person. So I would love to meet her one day. Question number 4 is, what is a book that we would be surprised to find on your bookshelf? So for this one, I picked one that I read in college, in one of my English courses in college, and I always kept it because I thought it was really cool. That's The Classic Fairy Tales, edited by Maria Tartar. Oh my, and I have like a anniversary sticker on here that's fading. That's how old this is. So, yeah, this is a lot of the classic fairy tales that are told in their original form. So this is not the Disney princess Snow White. This is like Brothers Grimm type stuff. And it has Cinderella, and it has Bluebeard, and let's see what else. Hans Christian Andersen, Little Mermaid is in here. So this is something I actually want to go back and read some more of these stories again. This could maybe be fun for like a readathon type thing, like, you know, read one of these here and there. But yeah, this is something I want to go back to definitely. I remember reading them, and I remember thinking how different they are and how kind of scary they are. But at the same time, I see the inspiration that came from the tales that we know today and that my children know. So yeah, but this is something that I have always kept because I thought it was very interesting. And when my daughter's old enough, I think she would find it interesting too. Question number 5 is, how do you organize your personal library? My bookshelves are organized kind of by genre and by author. So I try to keep my contemporaries together. I try to keep my fantasy together. I try to keep my nonfiction together. And for the most part, it works out pretty well. And then if I have multiple books by a certain author, I keep those together as well. Question number 6 is, what book have you always meant to read but you haven't yet? And what is a book that you are most embarrassed to say that you haven't read yet? So I just went to my shelves. I definitely knew the one that I was embarrassed about, so I'll talk about that in a second. But I went to my shelf and I kind of picked the one that has been on my shelf the longest. And I believe that that is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I bought this in college and I still have not read this. I'm probably going to maybe try to read this for a readathon coming up here because it is pretty short. But yeah, I've always been intrigued by her, and I've read her work, but this is kind of her story from what I'm believing. I think this is more of an autobiography type thing for her. So yeah, this has probably been on my shelf the longest. And the book that I am embarrassed to say I have not read yet is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I haven't read this. I have it. It's beautiful. I got it as a Christmas gift, but yeah, it hasn't been cracked yet. Question number 7 is disappointed and overrated. What is a book that you felt you should have enjoyed but you just really didn't? And what is the last book that you DNF'd? So the last book that I read, start to finish, that I felt like I really should have enjoyed but I did not enjoy at all is Passenger by Alexander Bracken. I gave this one a generous 3 stars. I've considered bumping it down to 2. I might still do it. This book is so hyped up, and I bought it and I was super excited to get into it, and I did not enjoy it at all. The last probably third of this book was pretty good. It saved it definitely, but most of this book I felt like was not necessary. So I think it's just, this book could have been cut in half and it wouldn't have lost anything. So, I really thought I was going to enjoy this because so many people read it, and so many people that I really take advice from as far as books go loved this book. And I'm like, what? No, I hated it. I don't know what it was. I didn't hate it, but I did not enjoy it. And then the last book that I DNF'd was Revenge Wears Prada, the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada. That's the last book that I DNF'd, and I actually unhauled it, so I don't even own it anymore. Wasn't good. Question number 8 is, what kind of stories are you drawn to and what do you stay away from? I'm drawn to mostly contemporary, I think, both young adult and urban fantasy as well. I really enjoy like the Dresden Files series and some vampire series I really enjoy as well. So those are the kind of things that usually, if those are the taglines, my ears perk up a little bit. And stories that I tend to stay away from, mostly historical fiction. I am, however, starting to slowly get more into it, and I have been really enjoying what I have been reading in that genre, so that might be something I get more into here soon. Question number 9 is, if you could require the president to read one book, what would it be and why? And I thought about this for a while. I think I would probably want the president, any president, to really read books about military strategy. And I think that's because that hits me hard because my husband is military and the president is his boss, essentially. Like, ultimately, he's the ultimate overseer over the military. So I think it's important for the president to know really good military strategies and to understand how the military works, especially if we have a president who hasn't served before. I think it's really important that they understand that because they're in charge of it. So they have to have some sort of knowledge about it, whether it's the experience or the studying of, how it works and what doesn't, and, things like that. So probably based on my life situation, that's what I would want the president to be knowledgeable about. And question number 10 is, what is the book you plan to read next? And I want to finish this. This is going to be my next because I'm currently doing my review book, but this one, it looks at me every day and I'm just like, I'm coming back to you. I promise I'm coming back to you. And I'm just so excited because I'm pretty positive once I finish this is probably going to be in my top 10 favorites of all time as of right now. And I'm not even halfway through, but it's so good, you guys. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so that was the New York Times By the Book tag. I'm going to tag a couple people. I'm going to tag RJ from The Secret Stacks. I'm going to tag Samantha from Novels and Nonsense, and I'm going to tag Kales from Kale's Corner. So I hope you guys watch. I hope you guys do it. I can't wait to see what your answers are. And if you guys want to do this tag as well, go ahead and do it. And if you don't make videos, leave me some answers down below to some of these questions, and I want to know what you guys would have answered for some of them. Whatever you want to tell me. All right, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.